Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon. Good evening. And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all doing well out there. We're here for not good news, guys. Not good news. And I'm getting started a little bit earlier because the press conference is allegedly going to be starting at 4 my time, 4 Central Standard Time, allegedly. But I feel like there's a bunch of things that we can look at, discuss, talk about, etc., revolving around this particular case. And now we got some information. I've been seeing some things through the grapevine, through other platforms, etc. And so I wanted to get in here, get the conversation going with you guys, get you guys ready for this press conference. And I'm telling you right now, it's not good news. It's not good news. I'm a little upset about it. I was hoping to be wrong. Real talk, I was hoping I was going to be wrong. And then allegedly, yes, there's supposed to be a press conference. I'm still looking for that actual press conference itself or where it's going to air. I am still patiently waiting to get some proof on that as far as where it's going to actually air. I got a couple platforms that I'm keeping an eye out for right now as we speak, but nonetheless, we got to figure this thing out, and hopefully law enforcement will give us more information about what the heck happened here. And if the guy that they have locked up right now, I like to call him Taters. I'm wondering if Taters, Stephen McDougall, is cooperating or has confessed. So I got some questions. I know I just got ahead of myself. I always do that. I apologize. But this one really irks my soul, and we got to talk about it. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Send those likes all the way up. Send them past 500 likes so you guys start to file in, okay? The press conference isn't for a little over 45 minutes from now. But like I said, I have a feeling we got a lot of stuff that we're going to be discussing and talking about and just kind of getting ready for this press conference, okay? So please hit that like button down below. Make your presence known by simply hitting that like button. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on Facebook. I see a bunch of people watching on Facebook and on X. Please go on, by all means, follow me on X, The Pascal Show, one word. Okay, I'm on TikTok as well. Follow me over there, The Pascal Show, one word. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, crush that subscribe button, please and thank you. Don't forget, hit that follow button if you're watching on Facebook. That would be greatly appreciated. If you want to support the channel and you're watching on YouTube, hit that join button down below. Become a member of the family. All right. That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. Of course, if you want to support the channel even further, you can join patreon.com/The Pascal Show, or you can go and check out my merch channel or my merch website, pascalmerch.com. Okay. Go check those things out. I'm sure you'll find something you'll like over there. Okay? All right, guys. And of course, check out my secondary channel, Pascal Clips. Please go check that out. Okay? I'm working hard putting clips, etc., over on the secondary channel. And I got some more content going over there here very, very soon. So please go over there and subscribe to that channel. Okay. As you guys already know, I'm going to pull this photo up right quick, but we are here to talk about this young girl. She has been missing for, it looks like about 6 days now. Her name is Audrii Cunningham. She's 11 years old. Okay. She was last seen around 6:45 a.m. She was supposed to be dropped off at her bus stop to get picked up to go to school. She never got on that bus. Of course, family and friends, etc., didn't find out about her missing until later on in the afternoon. So the family has been working very hard trying to find this little girl. Again, she's only 11 years old. And a lot of people are wondering, where the heck is Audrii? Well, apparently there has been some new updates, which we are going to be talking about here. And it's interesting, or it's kind of heartbreaking, because we now have updates before the press conference actually drops. The information superhighway has been seriously fast. Okay. There's already articles talking about certain things, etc. And it's not good. Okay. And the one and only Puss in Boots, I will take a look at that. Thank you so very much. But nonetheless, there's been some not so great information being sent out here and talked about. We are going to be talking about that here very shortly. As you can see in the title, even in the thumbnail, etc., it's not grand news, guys. This is not good news. If these stories, if the information in the news that is out here is absolutely 110% true, this is not great news. And I was hoping to be absolutely wrong. I really was. But it looks like my feelings were right. And that sucks. But the last person to see her alive was this man by the name of Stephen McDougall, or Don Stephen McDougall. We all know the face. We all know the face. We all know about Stephen McDougall. And trust and believe, I've been calling him taters because he just looks like that kind of guy. All jokes aside, if he has anything to do with her disappearance, if he has anything to do with what we are going to be talking about here shortly, then may he rot. I'm just going to say it. Okay? This is not somebody that should have been anywhere near this 11-year-old girl, let alone any 11 or any child, to be really honest, no matter what age. This is a menace to society. This person should be locked up should have been locked up for a very, very long time. This individual here is a repeat offender, okay, of a multitude of things. This guy is he is a dumpster fire. Okay? This dude is worse than a train wreck. Okay? And if he has anything to do with this man is less than garbage water, in my personal opinion. But I'm having a feeling that he has something to do with this. It's just what I feel in my plums. But we'll see when we get some new information coming out, hopefully today at this press conference that happens in about 40 minutes. Okay? But any person that runs around with a badge of hate, okay, a symbol of hate tattooed on their body, and it's not only just one tattoo, it's multiple things on his body that are symbols of hate. I don't know. I tend to steer far away from those kinds of people. All right? Because they're not there for good. They're there for negativity and darkness, in my personal opinion. All right? But I haven't gotten a chance to change the title, which I will during the show up above. But there has been new updates. At first, this is what I saw. So I wanted to share with you guys what I saw first. Okay? Now they're saying it's a crime scene. All right. So a crime scene has been declared 6 days after 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham disappeared. Now, when you see and hear crime scene, that's not good. Because interesting, we were just on doing the whole Ruby Frankie thing. We were watching Ruby Frankie. We're doing our thing. We're chopping it up. We're putting it in our, we're putting in our 2 cents about that. And then somebody put it in the chat. Hey, there's going to be another press conference at around 3. Well, it's not actually 3. It's going to be more like 4. But they're like, hey, there's going to be another press conference and all that. And I'm like, well, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's some news as far as like maybe they're getting a stronger scent as they're trying to track her down or try to find her, whatever, right? And then all of a sudden I see crime scene, and I'm like, oh, damn. Really? So let's take a look at this article. I got another article too that we're going to be looking at here shortly that says something completely different, or actually says something a little bit more precise. Okay. And I don't know if it's this article here, if ABC 13 is just trying to be respectful of Texas DPS. Okay. Because maybe they want to let them break the news rather than the news breaking the news. You see what I'm saying? But I digress. Let's just get into this, okay? So an area where search efforts were being made for missing Audrii is now a crime scene, authorities now announced on Tuesday. According to Texas DPS Lieutenant Craig Cummings, the crime scene includes an area around US 59 and the Trinity River Bridge. Officials are expected to hold a press conference Tuesday afternoon, so today. And of course, they say ABC 13, I'm sorry, is going to be playing that, I guess. They're going to be live streaming that as well. So that will be up here live at some point. Okay. And again, if I have any issues as far as internet connects and all that crap, don't worry. We will wait till, we will wait till the live broadcast is over, and then I will watch it with you guys as a fam. Just a heads up, just in case internet decides to be an a-hole, because it likes to be an a-hole on me sometimes. Okay. So we already know she's been missing since Thursday, February 15th, when, according to authorities, she did not make it to her school bus that morning. Now, a friend of Audrii's father by the name of Don Stephen McDougall, okay, taters, all right, apparently was allowed to live in a trailer behind their Livingston house, was named as a primary person of interest in this case. All right. So according to Polk County Sheriff Lyons, McDougall admitted to leaving the house with Audrii that morning, the same morning that she disappeared, but will not tell investigators what happened next. Whether he dropped her off or she made it to the bus stop is unclear. Newly obtained criminal records show McDougall was indicted on attempted indecency with a little nearly 17 years ago. Now, I want to make that abundantly clear. It's not just one attempt. He's had many, many encounters with littles. Okay? I got to use these code words, unfortunately, guys. Okay? But this dude has had a laundry list of ish. And it's more than just with littles. Okay? He's right now locked up for another crime that he committed. Okay? Which was aggravated A with a deadly weapon. And from what we're understanding, he attacked a man with a sharp object, if you get what I'm saying, and repeatedly attacked him with that sharp object. That's the reason why he is being locked up right now, not because of any connection to this missing case. Okay? Ridiculous. Records reveal he was indicted on attempted indecency with a little, all right, in Brazoria, hopefully I'm saying that right, County, which, according to legal analyst Oso Jr., would have required him to register as an SO. Now, I think that's really important for us to see. However, McDougall pleaded down to child enticement in 2008. The charge does not require him to register as an SO. So according to records, on March 31st, 2007, McDougall attempted to remove hamburger. Now, this is information that I did not know, but I can't even say that out loud. But According to those records, he attempted to do something really, really bad with somebody's pants. A little. And yet he pleaded down to this. Hence the reason why he didn't need to register as an SO. These are all important pieces of information. It's interesting how you can finesse the system. It's interesting how you can finesse the system. You can fly under the radar in so many messed up ways. Who was his lawyer? That's what I'd like to know. Who the hell was his lawyer? Again, because imagine if he actually was registered during the time that he was living at that house, or at least attempting to live at that house. It'd be very interesting, the turn of events. I don't think that these turn of events would have transpired. In fact, I don't think he would be living in that backyard. But then again, at the same time, the family didn't do any background checks on the dude. It just seemed like the kindness of his heart, maybe he just finessed the family enough. They're like, oh, he's a nice guy. Yeah, you could park your RV in the backyard. You just have to pay a certain amount, like a lot fee for having your RV in the backyard. Bet. Come on in. No background check, no criminal record check, no nothing. But it's interesting because you know for a fact, if you saw any of those enticement charges, which there are many, by the way, I guarantee you that family would have been like, don't know about you being here, buddy. It's been real, but you really need to go far away from us. I got a daughter that lives here too. Bye-bye. But April, ABC 13 also learned on Tuesday that McDougall was sent to a mechanic shop near Highway 59 in Livingston the day Audrii went missing. Workers at the shop told Eyewitness News off camera that McDougall was there trying to get a part for his blue Chevy Suburban, the one that we've seen so far, adding that he was filthy, covered in dirt, and acting suspicious. Following her disappearance, little Audrii's disappearance, Lyons said McDougall agreed to take investigators to several locations, including the Livingston Dam, where investigators discovered what they believed to be the girl's wet backpack. We still have yet to hear if that backpack is that of hers or not, but I feel like it's safe to say that it is hers. But let's continue. And he was also, remember, he was there to get a part for his car, all right? And he was covered in dirt, he was filthy, and he was acting very weird. Let's not forget all that. Authorities are being very cautious with the information McDougall gives them, and volunteers are helping verify McDougall's leads, Lyons said, stressing that McDougall has not confessed to anything in connection to her disappearance. McDougall is currently in the Polk County Jail on an unrelated aggravated A charge. We got to use these code words. He was taken into custody around 11 p.m. on Friday. Video obtained by ABC 13 shows him talking to officers outside a shopping plaza before that arrest. Investigators on Monday also asked the public to share the video with them of FM 3126 on Thursday, February 15th, between 6:30 and 8:30 a.m. Investigators believe McDougall left the house with Audrii at 6:30 a.m. and are specifically interested in a video of his 2003 blue Chevrolet Suburban. On Monday, reward money for information leading to an arrest and conviction in the case also raised from $7,000 to $10,000, which is good. Hopefully that'll give people more incentive, right? Texas DPS spokesperson Lieutenant Cummings, asked the public to stay away from the area of the scenic route FM 3277 near Tigerville Park. Cummings cited evidence but declined to elaborate. Still, community volunteers are being directed to rally at Tigerville Park each day, where Lyons said law enforcement will admit them to search or turn them away as needed. Lyons said he knows people are concerned and want to help, but too many people in the area can hinder, which is true. Search teams were back in Trinity on the Trinity River Tuesday, using every tool possible to find Audrii, and investigators have been working to piece together a timeline of what happened. When asked about charges tied to Audrii's disappearance, Lyons said, "We want to make sure that whatever evidence that we collect and that we place on an affidavit today is going to be something that's going to hold up in court later." That's true. You got to make sure everything's on point, right? Everything's on point. It does us no good to prematurely charge you now and then 3-4 months from now get tossed out of court because we were moving too fast. So I ask you, please understand, as we work carefully through this, because Audrii deserves this. All right? Now, of course, there's now more information, but at the same time, if you know any information about this young girl's disappearance, please, oh, please make sure you are hitting up local authorities, you're hitting up the Texas DPS, whatever you may need to do. Let them know if you know, because if you saw something, say something. If you know something, say something, because it could keep this bad guy locked up for good, or it could get other bad guys locked up for good. Okay? Bring them to justice as quickly as possible. Now, the thing is okay, guys, I got something else. Right? Like I said, when I first was looking this thing up, it was being said crime scene. And I was like, damn it. That's not good. It's never good news. It's no bueno, right? No bueno. So now, as I was looking at things more and I was getting things more prepared, getting ready for this piece, for this show, for this conversation, of course, I even said, even when I signed out in the last show, I said, I hope it's not what I think it is. I'm hoping that they found her. She's going to be reunited with one of her family members and all that. But as I predicted, unfortunately, it is what we predicted. Audrii Cunningham, who has been missing for the last 11 days, apparently her body has been found in Trinity River. Not the greatest news to hear today, guys. Again, as I said, I was holding on to hope. Something told me something different, that something sinister went down here. Something else went down here for sure. But now she's not here. May she rest in peace. But let's get into this article so we can understand a little bit more. And you know, I had more planned. We're going to look at a couple other things, but I know for a lot of you guys keep telling me, Fox 26, Fox 20. I already had it. I already had it set up. But I do appreciate everybody telling me, oh, Fox 26, I got the news. Houston 26, I got the news. It's right here. Okay? So I appreciate you guys giving me the updates. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, fam. But we got to talk about this. I got a couple videos I'm going to share with you guys. It is going to be past tense from this point on. If there are any of them that have to do with, oh, we are currently searching for her, that kind of thing, we already know what the unfortunate end result is right now. And I'm just going to say this again. May she rest in peace. May she get the justice that she rightfully deserves, because she really, really deserves that. Okay? Just saying that out loud. And if it is that guy, if he has something to do with this, sorry guys. If he has something to do with this, then may he rot in hell. Okay? So let me share this with you guys. Sorry, the computer's kind of tripping a little bit. Search crews located her body. So they're saying here, according to Fox 26 sources, missing 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham was found unalive Tuesday afternoon. So search crews located her body in the Trinity River near Livingston, Texas. Don't worry, we're going to do a little map time. Shout out to Grizzly True Crime, okay, and tearing a page out of her book. But we're going to do a little map time, okay, if we got some time. All right. Officials have scheduled a presser for 4 p.m. at the scene where her body was discovered. Again, may she rest in peace. Man, this breaks my heart. An Amber Alert was issued. We already know about Audrii on Thursday, day after Valentine's Day, when she didn't go on to a school bus in the Livingston area, and she never made it to school. Now, the thing is there were a couple things that I had. I don't know if I still have them anymore because I've been, deleting a lot of stuff lately because I just got so much stuff that I got saved. You know what I mean? And I'm a bit of a digital hoarder. And so I'm like just trying to unclutter. You know, I'm trying to break some of the habits that I have. And so there is something that I do want to make sure that, you know, like that we're not crazy. And, you know, I do have questions. We are going to look at that in a little bit. But obviously, we already know the rest of all of this, which is Don Stephen McDougall is in custody right now. He is kind of helping out. He has been very reluctant and cooperation in at least in the last press conference that we saw. Okay. He is one of the sheriffs was basically saying it's been selective cooperation. And then they're trying to pick and choose as best as they can as to who is what information that they're giving to them is actually real and what is not. There's also a story of him playing crazy. That's something I've also heard. This is just grapevine stuff, right? Hasn't been confirmed from 5-0 or anything of that sort, but it seems like he's trying to act like he has gone absolutely mad. Right? That he's gone absolutely mad. But I don't know if that's entirely true or not. So we have to take it with a grain of salt. Everything that's being said right now, because obviously rumors have been flying like crazy as of late. Okay. Now, now that you guys know some of the information, obviously we're waiting for, it's another 20 minutes until we actually get a presser. And of course, hopefully they're going to give us more information here very soon. But I do want to share with you guys a little bit of, let me make sure I got this muted so it's not too loud right now. But I do want to share with you guys a couple of things, okay? One, just kind of some aerial shots of the actual area. This is the area in which they're doing their search. This is before, okay? But I wanted to show you guys exactly like what it looks like. You know what I mean? And there really isn't any sound in this, but just move around a little bit. And actually, while you're looking at that, I'm going to fix something real quick. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to fix a few things. Yep. Never mind. Can't fix it. All right. But as you can see, I mean, this is obviously fix that now. Obviously, this is just some sky view shots of the area. You see the river, which actually, that's something I find interesting as well. Trinity River Bridge. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting this stuff up. Yeah, just getting this stuff set up. And let me get these really quick. The one and only, thank you so much. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And just like the one and only Puss in Boots, please consider becoming a member by hitting that join button down below. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. JPL, thank you so much for the 10. See something, say something, just do the right thing. I agree. 110%. Just do the right thing, guys. Real talk. LA, thank you so much for the 5. Please go sign the petition to change the law, to law requiring registration for people like McDougall. We'll send link. Yes, please send me the link, and then I'll make sure that is shared around. But nonetheless, guys, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you don't wake up every day hoping to hear. You hope for that miracle ending, of good news. Oh yeah, we found her. She is safe. So on and so forth. Like that Charlotte Senna situation. That young girl is still alive to tell her story. Yes, she might be deeply traumatized and, PTSD and whatnot, but she is still alive to tell the tale, still alive to tell the story and hopefully help other people. Hopefully she uses that experience to tell her story, right? But nonetheless, this is all just very, very sad. But as you can see here, guys, I mean, this is a massive, massive area. And I don't know what kind of current, I don't know what the current is like in there, but it's pretty wild that was, this is the area, or you know what I mean? This is within the area that she was found. I'll make sure I look at Discord here in a second. I promise, guys. I'll take a look. But I mean, it is a river. So I'm assuming, just like Thomas on Facebook just said, current is brutal. Yes. Yes, I agree. I'm sure, I'm sure, I'm sure it's pretty intense, but it does make me wonder, where it does make me wonder, where was she actually discarded, right? You know what? The one and only, you got a very good question right there. Well, I have yet to hear anything about the family, like about the dad. We've heard plenty of things about the mom. People have been putting out all kinds of stuff, but I haven't heard really much about the dad. But the dad hasn't been out here talking. And maybe that was maybe that's the reason why he didn't come out here and talk much, because of fear of public ridicule. Think about that. That could very well be it. Maybe he didn't say much because he doesn't want to say anything and be put out here and thrown under the bus. Because you know for a fact the internet is pretty severe and pretty crazy out here. So there is that possibility. But I wanted to play this to you guys here. This is from if I'm correct, a few hours ago. Okay, so this is before this press conference that's supposed to be happening in less than 15 minutes from now. But I wanted to share with you guys anyway, because, you know, I just want to show proof positive the efforts that they're doing out here. The men and women that are involved we're trying to find this young girl, this young Audrii, is serious. You know, it takes a village. Real talk. I know that sounds cheesy, but it really does take a village, right? To find these missing people that we all love, right? So I want to share this with you guys.
You are near the area where the backpack was found. Was there anything else found along with the backpack?
No, ma'am, other than just the items that were located inside of the backpack.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Where you're breaking up just a teeny bit.
Turn that up for you guys.
Sorry, the wind is kind of hot here.
Gotcha.
And then I've been struggling with bronchitis, but when the backpack was located, there were some items inside of the backpack that we did find, but there were no other items around.
You say that based on the evidence you have found, foul play may be involved. What are you talking about? What evidence shows you that?
Well, we feel that foul play is involved for the fact that he was the last person with her, and she never made it to the bus stop, nor did she make it to school that morning, and we have not been able to locate her since she leaving home with him.
All right, so Don Stephen McDougall is a person of interest. He was arrested on Friday on another charge of aggravated assault from an old incident several months ago, but he has a criminal record. He's been convicted several times of crimes against children, some of them sexual.
Yes, ma'am.
What kinds of...
How does this guy get out? How does this guy get out? I'm just saying. Okay, here it is, the other thing too. All right, let's just, no matter what, I have to wear the other shoe for 1 second, because we all, I'm not going to, I have to wear the other shoe for a second. There's a very slim chance that this guy has nothing to do with her disappearance. Very slim chance. Let's be real, bad guy is locked up. He's the one who did this whole thing, okay? But I have to wear that other shoe for a nanosecond, okay? But we know for a fact that this is the last person that she saw, okay? Let's not fake the funk. So I'm going to ask again. How does a guy like this, who has multiple charges, continue to serve his time and get out, keep doing something, go back in, get back, serve time again, get thrown back out? Some of these things have to do with littles. Real talk. How does he not get registered, if you get my meanings? Okay? How? This is a guy that clearly, this is a guy that clearly does not have any plans for his future. All he wants to do is do bad. This is not somebody that's out here thinking about the raising a family and having kids and being a tax-paying, red-blooded American individual. This is not that guy. This is a guy that wants to have as many near-death experiences that he can have in his lifetime. Okay? And for whatever reason, whether it's mental health or it's because he was brought up wrong, whatever it may be, that is his MO. That is ingrained in his body. All right? So how, again, a person who is a career criminal, this is a career criminal. How does somebody like this not end up becoming a registered SO after having many run-ins where he was trying to do things with a minor. So this is a very dangerous man. And yet the courts, the law never saw that.
Can you tell me any more about that, please?
Those charges are charges that were filed on him in another county. So we don't have all of the particulars for the fact that it was over the weekend, and again today was a holiday. So we don't have all the particulars to those particular incidents. We just know that he was filed on those charges in those counties, and because of the charge, or because of I guess what was worked up, he was not required to file as a sex offender.
And you know, and that's one piece that still I don't get. That still just blows my mind. I am still trying to understand that ish to be completely real. I am checking something really quick. Just really quick. Because I want to make sure. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Just making sure. Yeah, nothing yet so far. Press conference has not happened, but I'll keep an eye out for it, just so you guys know. But it ain't up yet, okay? It ain't up yet. Let's continue on with this.
So for some reason, in some sort of plea deal or whatever, he wasn't required to file as a sex offender. Did the family know that there was a sex offender living in the trailer behind their house?
No, ma'am. Talking with the family, when I spoke with them, they told me they did not know about that particular incident, knew that he was in somewhat, had a background, but did not know that there was some type of sexual background involving children.
What was his relationship with the family? Was he a friend, a relative of some kind, or just somebody they just rented space to?
He was basically a friend of the family. Got down on his luck. They felt sorry for him and allowed him to move into a little travel trailer behind the house.
You heard that, right? You heard that, right? I want to make that abundantly clear. He was a friend of the family. He was a friend of the family. Down on his luck. How can someone... You got to know somebody. You got to know that dude to know that that person's down on their luck. Plenty of people out here in the streets down on their luck. Not everybody is going to turn to you and go, "You down on your luck, buddy? Come on over here and park your RV in the backyard. It's all good. I don't know who you are from Adam, but it's fine. Come on over here, bro. You down on your luck? Come on, buddy. It's all good. Come on. Let me give you a good pat on the back, get you some of Mama's homemade chicken noodle soup. It's going to be all right, buddy. You down on your luck? It's going to be fine. Just park it back over here. Live here. I don't know you. We just met, but it's fine. Come on and park it right over here." Does that make sense to you? Yeah, they knew this guy. So they had all kinds of time to know this dude. So this dude, and come on, man, we saw photos. I'll show you guys again in a second, but come on, man. This is not a dude that was out here like, he was showing those tats. He was showing his lifestyle. He was showing who he is. They knew exactly who this guy was. We already heard about these people saying, "Oh yeah, certain family members jumping in the group chat being like, y'all don't know him. Y'all don't know my family. We didn't know he was like that. We didn't know he had a past like that until the cops showed up and they said it to us. We didn't know." Hey, I'm sorry. You knew this guy long enough. You didn't ever wonder, like, he kind of grimy. Mother lover kind of grimy. Let me make sure he cool. Never? Tattoos alone didn't say, maybe I should look into this mother lover just for a second, just to see what he's all about. Not once? Come on, man. Miss me with that nonsense, y'all. Come on, man.
And he befriended the family, and that's how he was able to gain access.
How long had he been living in that trailer behind the family's house?
That's what I'd like to know.
It's right now the family is saying somewhere close to a year.
A year. Do you understand? A whole year. This wasn't a month. This wasn't a week. Damn, it wasn't even a day. It was a whole year. You did not once look at it and go, I wonder what this guy's all about. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. You got an 11-year-old girl. This guy clearly shows some signs of like, he been out here. He's had a hard life. You don't want to check in on that dude and see what the story is a little bit? Not even ask friends, neighbors, whatever. Do you know about this dude? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we cool and all, but I mean, like, you don't hear rumors. People ain't saying nothing. He ain't out here, maybe on a night of drinking. Sitting there going, yeah, that one time I was locked up. Wait, bro, you were locked up? Get out of here. Tell me that story real quick. Well, what happened then? Really? That's what happened? And then go and do your own detective work for a second? Just to make sure you don't have a serial killer living in your backyard? I'm just saying. You got a grandma that allegedly is not well, allegedly, living in that house, and you got an 11-year-old daughter. Come on, guys. You're going to just let the big bad wolf sleep in your backyard so you can huff and puff and blow your whole house down? Think about that, guys. I mean, I'm just saying, it's this logic. It's just logic. I'm just talking common sense here. Damn.
A year. And is he cooperating with you at all in your questioning?
His cooperating is somewhat sporadic. At times he will speak with the Rangers and work with them, and then other times he just shuts down and refuses to speak to them.
So is that signs of mental health? That's one thing I'm wondering. Is he having bouts of mental health right there? You see what I'm saying? And then I'm wondering if there was bouts of mental health in this situation, was he showing that stuff before? Let's continue.
And what information do you have about his 2003 Chevy Suburban that leads you to believe that that Chevy Suburban is involved somehow in Audrii's disappearance?
Thank you for asking. So one of the things that we've been doing is going back and compiling video evidence. And so we've been asking the public that if they would go back and look at on the 15th, the morning of the 15th, between 6:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning in the area of 3126 here in the Blanchard community of Livingston, Texas, that if they would search our videos, we're hoping to be able to find his vehicle in specific areas, which will help us build a timeline as well as give us specific locations of where to help us to search.
Right. Very, very important information. Sheriff, I got to ask you, it's been several days now, 3 days now. How is the family holding up? Are you still hoping to find Audrii alive?
Yes, ma'am. I yet have hope. I have hope that we're going to find Audrii. We're going to work hard. We're going to compile. We're going to follow every lead, every bit of evidence that we can to do what we can to try to find Audrii. The family is staying positive. They are cooperating with us 100%. Understandably, they are struggling with this, just as law enforcement and this community. And I want to be able to say thank you to this community, not just Livingston, not just Texas, but this entire nation has came in and supported this family and law enforcement in trying to help us bring Audrii home.
You know, I will say this. I mean, shout out to fam, and then I'm talking about the nation. I'm talking about everybody. Okay. Everybody has put in a lot of effort and a lot of love and a lot of care surrounding this particular situation. And people are showing a lot of love and a lot of energy, which is exactly what this family needed to find this young girl. It's just unfortunate that it ended up this way. Really. Well, hopefully we get the new.
Tell ABC 13 how prostitution traps them into a life they never wanted.
Yeah, they haven't started it yet. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm still that's weird. There we go. Okay, so it looks like it's about to start. Come on. Hold on, guys. This dude in all white. Damn. He really is in all white. Hold on. I'm trying to see if there's, because Grizzly Hood News is on the scene. Okay.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here today. I want to first start by thanking the media for helping us with the coverage over Audrii, over her missing. Your help has been immensely appreciated. It has been great. I want to thank again everyone who has been engaged in the efforts to find Audrii, from the investigators to the volunteers who have spent countless hours in hopes of finding her, and to the community members who have been here supporting us since day one. I also want to say thank you to Trinity River Authority for lowering the water levels so that the divers could reach areas of interest. But at this time, I sadly announced that Audrii's body was located at the Trinity River on the U.S. Highway 59. As a result of today's developments, I will discontinue the Amber Alert for Audrii, and I want to thank DPS, Department of Public Safety, for all their help in this alert. The information that we have gathered in this criminal investigation is substantial. The Polk County Sheriff's Office investigators, the Livingston Police Department, and the Texas Rangers, the game wardens, the FBI, Harris County Sheriff's Office, the San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney's Office, in Trinity County and Liberty County. It's just an outpouring of love from all of our law enforcement partners. My heart aches with this news, and I express with my deepest sympathies and condolences to everyone who knew, who cared for, and loved Audrii. The Sheriff's Office, we will continue to process the evidence that has been gathered to ensure that the justice for Audrii. And at this time, I will turn the podium over to the Polk County District Attorney, Ms. Shelley Sitton.
Thank you, Byron. My name is Shelley Sitton, and I am your Polk County District Attorney. I just want to take a few moments to explain how we're going to move forward from here.
Okay.
Based on all of the evidence that law enforcement has collected, they are in the process of preparing the appropriate arrest warrants for Don Stephen McDougall. At this time, we believe the appropriate arrest warrant is going to be for capital murder in the death of Audrii Cunningham. He is currently still in jail under an unrelated felony charge here. I understand that this is a very difficult time for Audrii's family and for our community. The substantial law enforcement resources that were marshaled by the Sheriff Lyons, I think, should show you that this county and law enforcement, they will come out when they need to protect our children. And the assets that we have been made available to Polk County to protect our children have been substantial. And at this point, as Sheriff Lyons said, he'll continue to collect the evidence and process that. The district attorney's office is going to stand right beside them and follow through. And we promise that you can assure that the district attorney's office will be just as dedicated to this case as every one of these law enforcement officers that are standing behind you to do what is right for Audrii and bring justice to our community. Thank you. At this time, if you've got some questions, we'll open it up to a few questions.
All right.
Any indication of how Audrii was killed?
I cannot speak to that.
At this time right now, we have transported Audrii down to the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office. At that time, we will await their results to be able to determine the cause and method of her death.
But evidence suggests murder.
We believe that there is enough evidence, yes.
Yes.
Can you tell us did Don Stephen McDougall lead you to that location on the river where you found her body? Did he tell you where to find her?
That was evidence that we was collecting through the cell phone analysis, as well as through our videos that we were able to collect, and some of the information that we received from him, we were able to pinpoint and said there were several points of interest that was turned over to us, so that we were able to develop. And thank goodness, and by the grace of God, one of those places of interest we were able to locate.
As I understand it,
what evidence links McDougall to the murder?
Evidence to McDougall and linking evidence to this case. We want to be very careful on how we do that. I would feel safe to say this is that there is substantial evidence through the evidence that we've gathered, and some of that evidence was even gathered by the wonderful witnesses and wonderful folks out there in the social media who sent us videos, who sent us pictures. Some of that, even that evidence helped us to be able to come up with these locations, as well as the evidence from cell phones and as videos to pinpoint these locations.
When you tell us the position of the 11-year-old's body and if she was dressed?
At this point right now, until we get all our information back from the medical examiner's office, we don't want to release any information concerning Audrii and condition of her body.
Sheriff, what directed you to that portion of I-59 and the Trinity River? What directed you to that area of I-59 and the Trinity River?
That area is one of the first areas of our concern points of interest when we started our search on Friday, midday Friday. And again, that's going to be developed from some of the evidence. And then, yes, there was some points where he did give information, because there were several places that he said that he had went. So it wasn't a location where he said he took her, but there was a incidents where he said these were locations where he had gone.
Without this evidence that you're talking about, would you have been able to find her where you found her? Without the evidence that you just described?
Yes.
You would have found her there?
We would have found her not through him, but we would have found it through the evidence that we collected from the analysis from phones and videos would have. Yes.
Was she visible to the naked eye?
You used a sonar. You used a sonar boat. Texas Equity Search was out with their sonar boat, scanning the bottom of the river for her body. They are the ones that discovered the body. Is that correct?
No.
The image.
I'm not going to say who exactly or what agency discovered her body today. I will say this, that due to the lowering, we were able to contact TRA, Trinity River Authority. They slowed down the outflow from the reservoir, and it allowed the water to go down, and her body was discovered there in the water. But I'm not going to say whether it was Harris County or Montgomery County or Echo Search. It was a collaboration of a lot of love and law enforcement networking together that helped discover her.
Sources have told us, though, that Stephen McDougall was the one that told you to lower the level of the river. We've been told that he actually told you to lower the water on the river. Is that true?
We talked to TRA on several occasions about lowering it when they got to the point, or they felt they were safe to start lowering the river. We were able to get them to do so. Whether or not Mr. McDougall gave us information on lowering the river or not to be able to locate her, that's information that we do not want to release at this time.
One more question.
One more question. Is there any evidence that location, McDougall told you guys that was one of the locations where it's been?
He did advise that was one of the locations that he had gone. Not that he was saying that she was there or any other location, but we know that he went there as well.
Sheriff, did he kill her immediately?
Seeking the death penalty.
Until we get all of the evidence and all the autopsy reports, we're going to have to hold and work with law enforcement to determine what is the best solution to this case. If the evidence supports that, that is something that we're going to look into.
Is there any evidence she was held somewhere else, or was she killed pretty much the day that she disappeared?
We do not have any evidence at this time that's showing that where she may have been held.
Give it a second, guys. But these are all really good questions that they're asking. But it's interesting that the sheriff didn't want to take, if the guy said lower the water, if McDougall was the one who said, hey, lower the water, it's almost as if he doesn't want to give him that credit. It's interesting. It's like, I don't want to even give him that credit. That's just interesting. Hold on.
Else. But again,
there we go.
We are still processing mounds and mounds of information and data. Mr. Bob, last question.
Is there any evidence that there was anything used to keep the body underwater?
Yeah, good question.
That is information at this time that we do not.
Come on, man.
Do you have an approximate time frame for winter flooding?
Thank you all very much.
Thank you all for your questions. Thank you.
You have been listening to this news conference, and honestly, just a sad and tragic end to this situation we have been following for quite some time now. So as you just heard, the person of interest, Don Stephen McDougall, has now turned into a suspect charged with capital murder.
And Audrey's body found at the Trinity River on U.S. Highway 59. That's the sad update given.
Yeah, and of course, we're going to continue to follow this. But for the meantime, let's walk.
Yeah. For the meantime, we already know about all that extra stuff that they're going to be, quote unquote, walking you through. Listen, my heart is broken. I'll be honest. But I also was kind of mentally prepared for this. And of course, this is not the greatest turn of events. I don't want this. You know what I mean? I don't want this news. This is terrible, terrible freaking news. But at the same time, we at least are having some clarity on what actually happened here. Well, on what happened to her. At least that chapter is closed, but now it's a matter of them getting justice for this young girl. Is it just McDougall that was involved in this? That's the question that should be asked as well. Were there any signs of him just doing this solo dolo, or was there more? Were there more people involved in this? That's another thing that needs to be answered. That's another question that needs to be asked. Was he the only one? Or were there more involved in this? See, this is the thing. There's a lot of people that are obviously sitting there going like, why, grandma got a lot of explaining to do. The dad got a lot of explaining to do, that kind of thing. And I agree. I do agree with that. Dad needs to talk, or they need to be bringing in daddy. They need to be bringing in grandma. Sure, the mom has been brought in quite a bit. Allegedly, she's done 3 lie detector tests. That's crazy. The fact that they had her come in 3 different times to do 3 separate lie detector tests, if those claims are actually true, right? But it does make you wonder, was this solo? Was this one man's act of absolute monstrous, unthinkable activity? Or was this at the hands of more than just one person? That's one of the main questions I think that we all have to ask about when it comes to this. This is heartbreaking. I'm very angry about this because she was 11 years old. It doesn't matter. Even if she was 20 years old, 44 years old, 5 years old, 1 year old, 11 months old, 11 seconds old, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. This is a young girl that should have had the opportunity to live her life and see the full potential of her life, right? It's sad. And I know a lot of you guys are really upset, and sad about that. You know what I mean? And it is terrible, terrible news. K Bless, thank you so much for the 2. Lord, wrap your arms around this family. Yeah, Kay. Yeah, I have a lot to say. I got a lot to say in my heart that I know that is not the best things to say out loud. Especially with everything that just has transpired, with the news that just came out and all that. I will just say that I'm really upset. I am angry about how things, how everything came out. But I do also feel that there are things that could have been played, or there are things that could have been done to prevent something like this from happening, as far as background checks on people that you're going to live with, even if they're living in your backyard. And the thing is it's everybody. It doesn't matter, because let's be real. Yes, his tattoos are very, very concerning, at least for me. All right. I mean, yeah, I'm a black man living in this country. Sure. Instantly, it's going to be very concerning for me. Maybe for somebody else, it may be different. Maybe in certain environments, in certain communities, it's a different vibe. I don't know. Okay. Every community, every area has different cultures and ways they do things. But still, no matter what, instantly when I see something like that, that brings great pause for me and great concern, not only just for myself, but the people that I have living with me. If that's an extended family member, or if that is my own flesh and blood, and my, my spouse, etc. You know what I mean? Family in general is supposed to be protected at all costs, no matter what. So when I see something like that, is number one, the red flag that just flies up. Now, is it a thing of like, oh, it could have been prevented? Maybe it could have. If they saw those types of things as red flags, you got to remember that family and the people that surround them in that area may not have looked at that stuff as red flags. Maybe the people around them all live in that kind of life, in that kind of lifestyle. Maybe. Now, I'm not justifying any of that. Okay. I'm not justifying, oh, yeah, let people run around with tattoos that symbolize hate to every demographic except white. No, I'm not saying that. But given their environment, maybe they had a different approach to things. But still, no matter what, I'm always going to be looking at people with an inquisitive eye. If I have my child or my children in the same vicinity as somebody who looks like a dangerous individual, well, one, they're not living in my backyard. They're just not living in my backyard. I'm going to keep it real. Okay? And I for damn sure am not going to ever try to put my daughter or my children in any type of uncomfortable and unsafe environment ever. That is my responsibility as a father. That is my responsibility as a husband. That is my responsibility as a guardian. That's why it's called guardian, right? I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that my loved ones are safe, and not it be because, oh, that can pay for some extra food, or that could pay our electric bill, him living in the backyard. Yeah, just let him live in the backyard. No. This is a very dangerous individual that you let live in your backyard. That's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. Then on top of it, the fact that there is no research, there's no effort to look to see what this guy is all about, is a bit odd to me. You want to know something else too? I will say, like I said, I'm not trying to knock anybody. I'm not trying to go after anybody. I'm not trying to belittle anybody, make anybody feel some type of way. Okay. No matter what, hey, I don't like symbols of hate. That's just me. You got those things tattooed on your body. To me, that's a big problem. To me, that's a huge problem. You are going to be nowhere near me in minds. Okay. But I will say this, though, too, because I do find it a bit interesting. Now, you remember, biological mama, is trying really hard to get back in the good graces of little Audrii. She wanted to be in connection with her. She wanted her daughter to know her and all that stuff. We saw those in the DMs, right? Between Stephen, this monster, and Audrey's mother. They knew each other for at least a little while. This is what I'm gathering as well, that they at least had corresponded for months before this alleged, moment in these DMs, the night before Audrey disappeared. Okay. Now you realize that this mother is doing everything she can to get back in the good graces of her daughter. She has no custody over her child, which is a huge problem. But what's interesting about this is if she felt like daddy, baby daddy, Audrey's father was, playing hardball with her in the legal system. Do you realize that she could have easily gone over, done her due diligence, got a lawyer, had them do some research on the person living in the backyard, and she could have easily said, do you see how unfit daddy is and how unfit and dangerous her living environment is? Because you got a monster, a career criminal living in the backyard, and he has multiple counts that have to do with littles. Now, I don't know, Hippie Babe, you're right. I don't know the details of how she lost her custody. I really don't. I don't. And maybe she did some really bad things. I really don't know that part. But she didn't have it at that time. And I keep wondering, even if it was the attempt at trying to get even a minuscule of custody, okay, visitation rights, whatever, with her daughter, she could have used that. She could have said, hey, look at this dude. This is a very dangerous individual. Let me show you how dangerous this guy is. Here it is. But like I said, it's just something that I thought in my head. It's like, wait a second. If she why get all chummy with this guy when if you just did some research, maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe if you look a little, you know what I mean? Do a little bit, do your due diligence. Maybe you might find something in there. You might unearth something. That this person is a very dangerous person as well. And then maybe he would have been locked up by then too, because he's around somebody he's not supposed to be around. I don't know. But like I said, the system is messed up. The system failed this situation. But I also think that the environment in which she was in failed her as well. I will say that. And maybe that's the unpopular opinion, but it's crazy. And no, I'm not, Lady K, I am not giving any parent any type of credit at all. Zero, in fact. I'm just curious as to why, one, if you know this person is that type of person, like none of them ever felt like this guy was criminal. I'm just saying, none of them ever looked at him and said, something ain't right about this guy. Forget the tattoos. Tattoos are a nice, icing and sprinkles and a cherry on top to how I feel. But I'm just saying, outside of that, he didn't give off certain vibes. He was just tap dancing, shucking and jiving and being like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm not intimidating. That seems a bit weird. I feel like his true colors did show at some point out of that year. That's what I think. And I think that they knew him more than just a year. This dude just comes out of nowhere, just pulls up into town, just pulls up with his RV, you know? Just a man just coming through town. I'm just passing through, y'all. Like, what? And then look at him and go, okay, he seems a bit odd. Something's a little interesting about him. Something ain't right. Not once? What was he, just in his RV reading, I don't know, reading Moliere and Shakespeare and Sophocles and blasting Mozart from his RV? I doubt that. I highly doubt that. Okay? So it feels like some ain't right here. So it's a combination. Some people are like, the system failed this kid. I think it's both. I think it's both of them. Because that mother lover was supposed to be locked up and locked up for good. There were countless charges on his ass for being such a nasty mother lover. Okay? Dirty, disgusting, monstrous mother lover. He should have been locked up. But I think the environment in which she was in as well did not help the situation at all either. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be in trouble for saying that, but I don't give a damn. It's just the truth. It's both of them. Both. Kelsey? I think it's Kelsey. Thank you so much for the 20. I appreciate it. Hey, the highest in the room. Thank you so much. I'm heartbroken. I don't have anything smart to say, but always, yes, going forward, be the positive change. Thank you for covering this. Yes. Of course. I was hoping for something different. I really was hoping for something different. But I did feel in my bones that we were about to get some bad news. Okay. Real talk. I mean, just how everything was being approached, how they were talking about certain things, etc. It just seemed like something else. And I will say this to the families that are going through this situation, regardless of whatever, they still lost somebody that they loved very, very much. May she rest in peace. My heart and prayers go out to the families because that's what they need right now. But I hope that this is an opportunity for them to step back and take a look at the environment and at themselves as well. If there's any of this kind of stuff still looming around, if any of these ideologies, any ways of life, etc., still looming and revolving around their lives, they may need to look at this as a bit of a wake-up call, a huge wake-up call. But then at the same time, I am still curious about daddy. I am still curious about grandma. I'm still curious about the parents, the biological parents in general, because I feel that if things were different, this may not have happened to this young girl. It's really, really sad. But then again, one thing that we can do is sign this petition. Audrey's Voice. It's a petition. I'm just catching wind of this. You guys shared it with me. I think it was LA that shared it with me. So I do appreciate, or shared it with us in the Discord. Please join the Discord. Okay. You guys have some really great conversations over there and bringing up some other topics and cases that I don't get a chance to cover over here as well. So please go over to the Discord and be a part of the conversation. But this link, I think, is important. Okay. And this is news to me. So why this petition matters. We, the undersigned, demand justice for Audrey, a missing child for whom an Amber Alert was issued on February 15th, 2024. The Texas DPS has identified McDougall, the monster. Okay, somebody said McDookies. Okay, I like calling them taters. Okay, as a person of interest in Audrey's disappearance. It has come to light that Taters was previously charged with attempted indecency with a minor. Okay, enhanced while on parole in 2007, and was allowed to plead no contest to a lesser charge of this. enticing. I'll just say that. Okay. Taters McDookie. I'm done, guys. Taters McDookie. But yeah. So as you guys can see right here, hold, violate parole. Attempted indecency right here. Bail bond was $25,000. I know that's really small on your screen, but look at all this. Sentenced. I mean, it's bad. This plea deal has raised serious concerns as the offense of enticing. I can't say the whole thing. Is commonly used for custodial disputes and is typically not eschewal in nature. By allowing McDougall, Taters, to plead to this lesser charge, he avoided being required to register as an SO and faced a significantly reduced sentence compared to the original charge. This creates a dangerous loophole that allows individuals who have committed crimes against littles to potentially evade the consequences and continue to pose a threat to children in the community. We believe that individuals who have been charged with attempted indecency, with littles, has demonstrated P-word behavior and pose a significant risk to the safety and well-being of children. So now, if you feel, I would say go and sign this petition. It is imperative that these individuals be held accountable for their actions and be required to register as SOs for the rest of their lives to ensure that they are monitored. I agree. We respectfully urge you to review and update the criteria for which a defendant may plead to a lesser charge of enticing in the state of Texas. The current criteria does not adequately protect children from potential harm and exploitation and downplays the severity of the crime. Yes, I agree. By signing this petition, we urge the Texas state legislature to take action to amend the law. The law has not been amended since 1999. Together, we can work towards creating safer communities for our children and holding perpetrators accountable for their actions. Justice for Audrii. And I agree. Okay. I absolutely agree. Go up. In fact, I'm going to put this in the chat right now. Okay. It is on all chats right now. Please, if you ever so feel moved by what was being said within this website and what they're explaining on this page, why they're trying to get Audrii's voice out here and get a petition started for justice, please, by all means, go and sign it. Their goal is 500 signatures right now. It's at 486 as we speak, but let me see. Actually, it has surpassed 500, but now their next goal is 1,000. Okay? So please go sign it, petition up, show some support, and see if we can make that change happen. Madam, thank you so much for the 2. Children are our future, not your playthings. I absolutely 110% agree. I could not agree more. Okay? We really do need to start taking care of our loved ones. We really need to be more vigilant on who we have hanging around in our households and even in our backyards. It doesn't matter if they're just in your backyard. That's still having a rabid dog just chilling at your back doorstep. That is extremely terrifying to think about. And if on any given day, they just feel like wreaking havoc, they can just lash out and do something really bad. This man should have been locked up a long time ago. This man should have been registered as a such and such a long time ago. Yes, the system failed this little girl, but also other surrounding circumstances failed this little girl as well. My thoughts, prayers, well wishes, good vibrations, healing energy goes out to every single last person that is feeling some type of way, that is heartbroken, that is devastated about this situation. But one thing I do want to say that's really amazing is that people are using this situation to try to make change happen. Instead of us sitting back and not being active, being inactive, people are trying to be proactive and trying to take this mistake, learn from this mistake, and do something better with it. And so I applaud you guys for starting this change.org petition. It's about damn time. In fact, this is something that needs to be implemented in every state throughout the entire country, because there's a lot of guys that are the same as McDougall, just without tattoos, okay? And they don't look like they say taters at all. And they're sitting there in plain sight, smiling in our faces, being nice as hell, but they're also plotting their next move and their next tragedy. So I'm hoping that this is something that we put out here and we change as quickly as we can, because we need our kids safe. And we need less stories like Audrii coming true. Anyway, guys, that's the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really does mean a lot. Man, I'm heartbroken. I'm sad. You know what I mean? But I hope her death isn't in vain. That's what I'm hoping. I really, really hope it's not. Okay? Fingers crossed. So do me a favor, guys. Please and thank you. Hit that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. Hit it, crush it, do all that stuff. Do all that stuff that you need to do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on Facebook. Okay? I'm really surprised, actually, because I need to applaud to that. The live feed that we watched of the breaking press conference actually worked. We had a little bit of a hiccup near the end, but at the same time, it still worked out. Yeah. I'm fixing it bit by bit. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay? But hit that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. Of course, hit that reaction button. Hit that follow button if you're watching on Facebook. Go to my Facebook page. Hit that follow button, please and thank you. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. If you want to support the channel, become a member. Simply hit that join button down below. That would really mean a lot. If you want to support the channel even further, please join my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. Check out my merch page, pascalmerch.com. All right. Please and thank you. Okay. That would really, really mean a lot. And we got more stories to do. We got more conversations to have. So I appreciate you guys joining me and spending the time with me. You could have spent it anywhere else. So that really does mean a lot to me. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Much love to you guys. If there's anything popping off, we will be back on here. If not, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Hug your loved ones. Spend some extra time with your kids, if you can. And do that background check on your backyard neighbor, if you can. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Much love to y'all. Have a safe and wonderful and relaxing night. I'll see you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Talk to you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.